Hello, everyone. Today is Monday, February 5th, 2024, at 3:51 p.m. in the afternoon. Well, yesterday, excuse me, all day the Wi-Fi of this hotel was not working. But then, afterwards, um, right after I started to go to bed at like 9 o'clock last night, and after I turned in for the night to try to go to bed, I tried to test to see um you know if the Wi-Fi would go back to working again. And I kept on trying off and on all day, just kept on saying connected and can't provide internet or whatever. So I'm like, wow. Finally, after 9 o'clock last night, after using 2.43 gigabytes of my phone data yesterday, um, excuse me, I finally was able to use the Wi-Fi. So after 9 o'clock last night, and I was wondering if that was part of the gang stalking or if it was just a random coincidence. You know, so, but, excuse me, I hate the idea of when you try to join a new website or a new online forum and you end up being banned or blocked from the website or their forum the moment you start or people will falsely accuse you of being a spammer or a troll. If the moment you go on the website and one of the first things you talk about is like your gang stalking activities and stuff like that, so you can't even mention gang stalking. If you just say that you were followed by a few people, they'll automatically say you're delusional and need to go get help and block and ban you from the forum, from the online forum or whatever. But people been treating me like that on websites long before I even found out about my targeting. You could try to join like a depression forum and you're new, and the first time you post, boom, you're banned. And then I would end up like emotionally beating myself up, wondering what I did wrong. And you know, if they'll falsely accuse you of breaking rules when you're brand new, and you just say, "Hi, I'm new here," and before anybody could say welcome to the forum, boom, you're banned. So that happened to me yesterday when I was trying to um ask for some legal advice, and I didn't mention gang stalking, but I mentioned, being harassed by a group of people. And they deleted my post and blocked and banned me from the forum. And then suggested that I go, they treated me like a criminal just for posting about it. And then try to say that I urgently need to go to like get mental health services or whatever. So, you know, I mean, and I've been having like before finding out about the gang stalking, um, you know, been going through a lot of depression and a lot of hurt, feeling a lot of hurt throughout these years, wondering why I get treated the way I do. But now I no longer have to wonder because people treat me the way that they treat me um, due to the narcissistic abuse and gang stalking. I no longer have to wonder why nobody likes me anymore. Now I know why. Because so many smear campaigns being swirled around me. Lies, false rumors, and smear campaigns. And the main ones starting the false rumors about you are the main ones to say, you wonder why nobody like you. But you're the one who, now I don't have to wonder anymore because you told them a lie and they believed it. That's the reason why they don't like me. But they have certain people who see me off first sight and hate everything about me and judge me before I can even open up my mouth to say anything. I can just sit down and do nothing and be judged and hated, So, I had to deal with a lot of boredom yesterday. Being bored. But, but I was able to find a way to pass the time. But I almost, because of the Wi-Fi, I told myself that, I guess it's okay to go a whole 24 hours or go a day without doing a video. Since I've been doing videos consistently just about it, every single day, excuse me. But, it's my discretion if I want to take a break or if I want to just keep posting. But, excuse me. But last night and that was after I posted that video. After I posted that video, after it uploaded, and then next thing you know, the Wi-Fi was back working again. So I had to use my phone data to upload the video. And then after that, now all of a sudden the Wi-Fi is back working again. I'm like, ain't this about a bitch? I mean, I probably could have still had 174 megabytes, not gigabytes, but megabytes still left on my phone. I mean, used up so far for the month. So the fact that it wasn't until after I uploaded the video and right when I was about to go to bed, I figured, yeah, this got to be the part of the gang stalking. So, I mean, in person, my day wasn't too bad, but I had to deal with online abuse. And, I stepped out to go to the snack machine. And the moment I stepped out of the door, other hotel neighbors, they come out when I come out, or if I'm going out of the elevator, they're trying to come in while I'm going out. So, but I got that outfit. I mean the uniform from fake Walmart today, and because I'm in a spot where the buses are like inconvenient, or I have to walk like Google Maps said 34 minutes or so, but so I had to take an Uber. And so tomorrow, they said we have to show up to the interview in our uniform. And so the Uber ride was like, oh hell, like about 10 between $10 and $12 each way. And so on the way going, everything went smoothly. But except the guy, it was cold outside later this morning. It was cold outside, like as if it was a cold front. And yesterday, I think they said it was raining and hail. They had raining and hail. And Saturday, they had to cancel parades, and it was raining really bad and flooding and everything. So, today, when I got the Uber ride and the guy's car smelled like weed. His car smelled like weed. And he had the windows up, you know. And it was kind of a new car. It was like not smack brand new, but it was like a new Honda Civic. And his car smelled like weed and feet and a like a light smell of sex. Now, back in I think it was November when I had to go to the emergency room, I had to go to the hospital, and then on the way riding back, they had a guy. His car smelled like a strong odor of sex. And I'm like, wow, New Orleans is wild. New Orleans has like a freaking small handful of decent people. And everybody else is like so depraved, low class, ignorant, ghetto, and like they're depraved minded and reprobate. But I went to go and try to just go in and out, try to be as quick as possible. When I try to ask for directions, I ask the workers at fake Walmart. When I try to ask them for help, they would get an attitude and act like they don't want to help me, or they just say, "Oh, it's over there," or "Oh, the black blouse, button down blouse, oh, it's over there," or "Oh, this is over there." I'm like, wow, y'all not even gonna try to point, like trying to guide me or whatever. Or they'll just get an attitude and act like as if I'm inconveniencing or interrupting them when they're stocking something, or or something like that. And then one girl got an attitude and said, "That's all we have," So me buying like certain clothes and stuff, like if that's the only blouse and it's like $15.98 plus tax, and it'd be 17 something, and the pants would be like $18, and the shoes I don't remember how much, and the socks was like $9 or whatever. But then if the all that came up to like almost $70 just for the uniform by itself. For the pants, slacks, socks, and shoes. Oh, the shoes were like $20, 19 something, and maybe $21 or $22 with the tax or whatever. And then, I had to buy a little bit more food and toilet paper just for some cushion to try to stay on the safe side. Excuse me. So I got me some more meat. It had to be something that you could just throw in the microwave, because even though they have like cooking burners or whatever, still I don't have any pots or pans, and I'm just supposedly here until Friday. And so the The it looked like everybody kept acting like as if they're trying to hit me with their baskets. Like every second, everybody kept acting like as if they're trying to hit me with their baskets. You know, and it's Monday. I mean, I'm pretty sure the kids were in school, but they had a lot of people at that store today. I mean, it was kind of crowded. You know, well, not too crowded, but they had a lot of people. You know, shopping. And I saw two perps. One was wearing all red, and another one was wearing all black. And then I was just trying to get what I need and hurry up and come back here. But for me to take, you know, if I would have, I was gonna go pick up my mail today, but I'll have to postpone that until later on because it would take me like 4 buses and 3 hours for a one-way trip with the bus. And I couldn't afford the Uber ride way over there, you know. So then I have to postpone that until another day. But then tomorrow I have to go to that interview. So yeah, I spent like almost $70, tax included. That plus, you know, buying a little bit more food. And oh, and I had to buy me some more batteries for my MP3 player. Try to stay on the safe side, making sure I didn't run out, and trying to keep a full stock of batteries. Excuse me, trying to stay stocked with batteries. So, and then on my way back, um, they had this girl that accepted my Uber ride and then just sat there for a long time and wasn't moving. And she kept on, first she was ignoring the shit out of me. And then she lied and said, I'm on my way. 10 minutes later, she's still sitting there, not moving. You're 2 minutes away. Two. 2 minutes away. And if you're 2 minutes away, why should it be like, take like 30 minutes, 15 to 20 and 30 minutes? If you're just right across the street, 2 minutes away. So she kept lollygagging and playing games, and you know, she was ignoring my calls and texts. You know, you message them on an app, and she was ignoring me. And then after a while, I was kept on getting more frustrated. And then after a while, after a while, she said, I'm on my way. And then, you know, 10 minutes later, I'm like, okay, you still aren't moving, you know. And eventually I got frustrated and I canceled the ride. And thankfully it didn't seem like they charged me extra. But I think Uber improved their system. Rather than charging you, they gave me the option to, you know, select another driver. And then that man, he came quickly and efficiently and got me where I needed to go, get back over here. Now, like, she had to have been a perp to do something like that. And that's not the first time that has ever happened to me. It happened quite a few times. And people have done that with DoorDash, Uber rides, DoorDash, you know, delivery or Uber rides, or even Uber Eats. And I don't understand it. And I wouldn't even say it's young or old people. Sometimes it'd be just ignorant people. You know, so it's like it was very frustrating for her to waste somebody's time and do something like that. You know, I was, now, what if I would have been in a rush or in a hurry to try to get to work if I had a job and she did that? And then they penalized me for being late. And a lot of people are saying that the New Orleans buses aren't really reliable. I think I heard there's a bus driver shortage and a bus mechanic shortage. So I heard that they had to adjust the schedules and the routes to not run as frequently, but they still be running way more frequently than Pensacola, though. You know, I mean, I guess the buses run up until about 10 or 10:30. The Jefferson Parish buses, maybe, somewhere around there. But certain routes quit earlier. But Orleans Parish, certain buses run all night. Or like the streetcar, or certain overnight buses, they might run until like 4:30 or something. And then another bus, you might have to wait till like almost 5:20 or something to get that next bus. But no, I think the streetcar and the certain overnight buses run all night. Yeah, in Pensacola and also Greenville, South Carolina. Well, Greenville, South Carolina, the buses quit running at like 6:30. And Pensacola, Florida, and Denton, Texas, they stopped running like between 7 and 7:30. But the military buses run a little bit later in Pensacola, but never did they have buses that run all night and all morning long. But in Cincinnati, Ohio, they run all night. a lot of certain routes that are 24 hours, or they might stop for a couple of hours and then get back to running again. And in Los Angeles, they have, 24 hours. But I think the trains stop running for a couple of hours and then start back up again. So, but yeah, in Bloomington, Texas, I didn't really have freedom of movement, and it felt like I was in prison. It was worse than Denton, Texas, with having like where you had to schedule in advance. And I mean, it's like I was more used to just being spontaneous and random and just, okay, I feel like going to the store today and just get on a bus and just go. But having to plan a day or two in advance, I really hated that. Or plan a week in advance. Excuse me, and then you're still not guaranteed the ride, and it was just complicated. And then, it was extremely hard to get a taxi or Uber in Bloomington as well. That was a place you really had to have your own car. And then it was in the middle of nowhere. I'm still, and a lot of the stuff that happened, I'm still traumatized by what I went through in Bloomington. But I'm having like a love-hate relationship with New Orleans. It's like I love the city, but certain things I really hate about it. But abusive narcissistic gang stalkers are trying to force me to hate what I actually love, or trying to run me away from what I actually love. You know, so that Baker's Dozen, I used to live around that area for a year in Jefferson, Louisiana. And their donuts are kind of good and they're fresh and everything. And some of the workers are really nice, but that soured my feelings about that place when the morning after the incident with drunk lady Yvonne, my biological aunt, that morning I went over to the Baker's Dozen and tried to get me some donuts. And I tried to force myself to stay awake, and it was very cold and I couldn't sleep the night before because of being out on the streets and having nowhere to go. And then I asked if I can, because my phone battery actually died. And I asked if I could charge my phone. And one of the workers went to ask the manager. I don't know if it was one of the managers or the owner. And he straight up said no, that I couldn't charge my phone. And I was the paying customer. And so that soured my, that made me not like that place anymore. But I didn't used to go there all the time, but I went there a few times when I had my own place to live. But if I would have had my own place to live, I would not have needed to actually charge my phone. But because of my homeless situation and dealing with this gang stalking, I had to, I really had it rough. Excuse me. Yeah, because that was the day after the airport incident. And so then it wasn't that morning, but it was that Friday afternoon. It was the library manager at the Rosedale Library was harassing me about sanitizing the seat. Sanitizing the chair. When I tried to sanitize the chair and sit down, and she was harassing me. And so, I haven't been back over there since. And it was cold as fuck. And I think I had to be out on the streets that night. And then that next day, I don't remember if I had a hotel. I don't think I had a hotel room that night. Maybe, no, I didn't. But then that Sunday, no, it was that Saturday night / Sunday morning. I had help with one night for $80 in a motel. In that motel, it was mostly quiet, but they had a perp that didn't stay there that was revving and idling their vehicle that night. And then I don't even know if I got reinfested with bed bugs from that motel. And then and the bathroom was extremely tiny, that the wall, it was so narrow and tiny that the wall was touching the sink. I mean, almost like I had to squeeze myself between the sink and the wall in order to get to the shower. And I'm like, hell no. But that was the most ridiculously small hotel or motel bathroom that I've ever encountered. you know, it made me feel like I'm debating on whether or not to go there again. And it was $80, but it was 400 a week, but $80 per night. But I didn't have the 400. I just had just enough for the $80. And then they gang stalked me the next day, out in the area, you know. But I'm having difficulty looking around for cheaper motels. And I'm like, what happened to all the cheaper motels, you know? So I'm like, I thought they had more motels than this, you know. But they had a motel in Gretna that got shut down and turned into a new hotel. It was remodeled and turned into a new hotel, you know, but it's very small. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, but yeah, over this weekend, if I didn't have the money, um, it would have been a struggle. Excuse me, and it made me angry that the fake Darnell Williams perp. I put it in the screenshots. I guess it was a week ago, or almost a week ago. I put it in the screenshots where he tried to tell me, I was trying to ask. Excuse me. I had 5 more days to be out on the streets, and I was trying to ask for help for hotel room, and he said, "You will not get any help with the hotel room." He said, "You will not get any hotel room help until you get your check, and if you do, I'm gonna publicize and tell everybody." Well, you do it. He would do that anyway. So I felt upset. I felt bad that with those 5 days, I was forced to have to be out on the streets and had no help with the hotel room. Yeah, he said, "You will not get any hotel room, and you're younger than me." And he acts like a child. He's sexually perverted and filthy minded. But then you think you got that kind of authority over somebody you don't even know. But y'all falsely call me the narcissist when it's y'all using projection. So, I mean, who's a complete stranger to tell you you will not get any hotel room until you get your check? You don't. Who gave you that authority to talk to me like that? Excuse me. So, it's unfair to deal with these internet strangers trying to control my life. I used to call him the telephone scatologia perp because he would call me up and sexually harass me several times a day from fake text now phone numbers, and I had to keep blocking his number more times a day than I had to keep blocking his fake social media accounts. So he would get fake social media accounts after I was forced to have to change my number and get a new phone anyway. After I was forced to change my number and get a new phone anyway, I was um, you know, that's when he started to harass me on social media, online. But you know, what making fake new account. Y'all see what he does on YouTube, and ever since he got the other that all those other TikToks wrongfully banned, then he started to make fake new accounts to come harass me on Twitter more often. And he tried to come a couple of times on you know with fake new TikTok accounts trying to request to follow me. Fake new TikTok accounts publicizing what he thinks or what he's trying to guess is the hotel that I'm at. You know. So, and then they had somebody yesterday that had a fake account with Aaliyah's picture on it, trying to request to follow me. But me being on TikTok now, with my account being private, it's like nobody really looks at the people, my mutual followers. It's like nobody really looks at my videos on this account. And I don't know how he illegally found that one. But thankfully TikTok had restored all my videos and said that I didn't commit anything. Cuz I haven't. But a lot of the time they're dependent on artificial intelligence to the artificial intelligence robots to punish you and say that you committed XYZ wrong. And I think they're doing the same thing on Twitter also. They keep lying and saying he didn't break any rules. So you can't even report them to the moderators on social media. You just have to keep blocking their accounts and screenshotting and exposing all their internet crimes. But that actually bothered me, that he said you will not get any hotel room until you get your check. And then, like, that 5 days, nobody helped me. And him and the fake aquarium doors perp, they keep bragging about invoking demons to destroy me. Excuse me. And the fake aquarium doors perp, she would make fake, after I keep blocking her, she would make fake new accounts to cuss me out every single day. Cuss me out and call me names every single day. I mean, people in their 20s trying to boss and control a 40-year-old and make rules for her. But y'all y'all are some actual criminals. Felony criminals. And I really believe that the fake Darnell Williams perp, I wouldn't be surprised if he truly is a pedo. And he would do stuff like try to blackmail and manipulate and threaten people. And he would make threats at me and then say it's not a threat, it's a promise. And the perps actually follow through with their threats, what they claim that they're gonna do to me. And y'all don't have the right to do this to me. The abuse, and I don't even know y'all. So this Friday, I'm scheduled to have to be back out on the streets. And as I said, I have no shelter overhead if it rains. the interview for tomorrow, I don't even know if that's gonna work out. I may have taken the Uber rides and bought the uniform for nothing, knowing how this gang stalking is. You know, because to be honest, the hiring manager for the interview that's supposed to be tomorrow, he seemed like the type of person that's abusive, narcissistic, hard, and mean, and play all kinds of psychological games. It's like, well, I kind of figure I already know, can strongly sense that he will be trouble. But you know, but I'm sitting here being diligent with trying to get out of my situation, my homeless situation, and trying to you know, dig myself out of this hole. But you know, it's insane what the perps actually put us through. They do stuff to us that is out of the ordinary in a way that people would not believe it. You know, profess targeted individuals that said that the gang stalkers blow up their cars or burn down their houses and stuff. You know, or if somebody said that they've been through got fired from 12 different jobs in 4 weeks, being targeted. You know, if you hear stories like that about people who say that they're TIs, you know, getting workplace mobbed or fired from, you know, 12 jobs in 4 weeks. That's the type of weird ass life we're supposed to be forced to have to live. And yes, you can. Like, if being targeted, you can go from having a house in a $50,000 a year career and then be homeless, like, with absolutely nothing within 5 minutes, like the blink of an eye. And you tell your situation about what happened and nobody will believe you, or they'll think you're the problem. You know, the money that they're forced us to have to waste unnecessarily. If they wouldn't have sabotaged my housing and threatened my life or made attempts on my life, then, you know, that $213 a month plus, you know, even though I think they said we had a utility allowance. I don't remember. But that $213 a month, and then, you know, free Wi-Fi and from the cable company, and if I could have got food stamps and everything, I could have had everything made on low income. But, you know, as soon as I started to try to make improvements in my life and try to, you know, accomplish goals, they destroy everything, like, pretty much within a split second or overnight. It's unreal. You know, and I probably wouldn't even have to be worrying about begging for help with money for food or hotel room or anything else. I mean, I'm just sitting here trying to survive. And, as I said, I could have been had a job. That airport job, yeah, the day after I got hired and I was supposed to start 2 days later. Well, that day in between was the day when the perps had set me up to get wrongfully banned from the airport. And that's less help I could have been having to beg for. Even tomorrow, the job, if I get hired, because if I were to get hired, that job for tomorrow, that job is, the pay is every 2 weeks. Like all these low wage jobs, I don't even know if it's a full-time or part-time job. But it's like the pay is bi-weekly. And I've been even trying to search around for any gig opportunities. And it's very hard to find like a gig opportunities. But I haven't even landed any small gigs or anything. But if I had a car, a way to get a car or any kind of vehicle, that could open up the door to a multitude of job opportunities and gigs. I just need a freaking car or help with the way to get a car. And then somebody had that's supposed to be in a TI community offered me an old truck, but she hadn't spoke to me since. But excuse me, but I think she's supposedly going through something and fleeing, abuse. So that's understandable, But as I said, the online stalkers that bully, harass, and threaten me and think that they own me, they lie and say that I'm a perp who harasses people, but they're trying to beat me into submission to join the Luciferian sex trafficking cult. And they want me to become evil. But they use projection and lie and say that I am evil. And it's amazing how many TIs that they have gotten to flip. And then it angers me that people put me in the same category as the popular fake TI perps on YouTube, or the popular fakes on YouTube, when I stay in my own lane, stay to myself. I'm not even really subscribed on this channel to that many TI channels. And if I am, I don't even comment that much or watch their videos that much, and they might come and post a video occasionally, not really that often. But, some people say that the reason why we're targeted is, they say, because of our so-called spiritual purity, or us being uncorrupted. And I see the stuff that the celebrities go through, that they don't get all of what they promised. And then it may be the illusion that they're doing good and having a good time, but it's like through MK Ultra, in the drugging and the mind control, they're manipulated and tricked into and coerced into have to fake like everything is fine, dandy, and okay, and that they're on top of the world, but deep inside they're miserable and unhappy. And they have to wrestle with, and they spiritually wrestling with the devil every day. You know. So Rihanna had been like compliant and obedient with pushing the New World Order Illuminati agendas. But and they say she was heavily under MK Ultra. So Rihanna, I think only one time I saw her speak out. And she had to be hospitalized for dehydration or something. If not dehydration, I don't remember. But they sent her to that notorious Cedars-Sinai hospital. I think one time they wanted to send me over there to Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles. They wanted to, I forgot which one of those hospital incidents when I was living in LA. And they're like, oh, hell no, you ain't going to take me over there. I heard that they use Cedars-Sinai as one of the main hospitals where they reprogram MK Ultra celebrities. And also I can't believe if they said that was the same hospital Michael Jackson died at, or was covertly murdered at, that hospital. And that Beverly Hills, the Beverly Hilton, that was where and going to the beach, the bus Route 720 will pass by that Beverly Hilton, every trip. So that same Beverly Hilton, room 434 with Whitney Houston, what happened to her, So I don't want the I thought I was too old at 40 years old, because I thought that you had to be young in order for Satan to try to corrupt corrupt the youth, but I guess I'm older and they're coming after me, now right after I became homeless, and right after I became homeless, they had somebody who reached out to me and wanted to put me on an A&E TV show, and offered to excuse me, they said that my video caught their attention about getting into arguments with neighbors and stuff, and they said that they were reaching out for me to tell my story and go on an A&E TV show. Well, the guy, I think he unfollowed or blocked me when I was struggling and battling and fighting here in New Orleans, fighting for my survival. So, and they still been trying to send me emails and trying to come after me about how they want me to go on their A&E TV show and tell the story about my neighbors. Well, if I talk about the gang stalking, y'all would shut me down, or y'all would try to gaslight me, or you wouldn't believe me. So I'm not wasting my doggone time. And so they've been having people online. I've been trying to look for gig opportunities or job opportunities. And when you're thinking so pure and innocent minded, when they say it's a figure of expression when you say anything you can lay your hands on. And so many men took that pervertedly and started making sexual offers at me A couple of a couple of them even try to send me pictures of their genitals or whatever. You a 65-year-old old white man with a PB little baby dick. No, thank you. You know, I thought I was so ugly, undesirable, and unattractive, and fat, and whatever else. Grotesque looking. But now, you know, all these men, when I say anything I can lay my hands on, I did not mean it for anything like any sex jobs or massaging or anything like that. I don't even know how to massage. But I'm sitting here thinking, if I can do like a house sitting, pet sitting, or if you want me to clean your house, or if you know of like a dishwashing job, or if you know somebody who would where I can maybe work at a pet store or something, or if I could, if you know of somebody with an administrative assistant position, or a receptionist, or if you know of any well, with my disability I can't really do housekeeping. I can clean the bathrooms, but their fancy way of wanting me to make the beds a certain way at the fancier hotels, I know how to make a bed, but the fancy complicated way that they might want you to do it at these more expensive luxury fancy hotels, like when I tried at the Grand Canyon, they used to tell me, oh, you're not doing it right, or you don't make the beds tight enough, or oh, you're taking too long cleaning the bathroom. But then with janitorial and dishwashing, it's difficult because I never know if or when the random spontaneous moment they would catch me off guard and by surprise, and hit me with the weapons and squeeze my organs. So that's one of the reasons why it would be difficult for me to get I struggled through that a lot in the year 2021, that they were squeezing my organs. Now, Friday, I didn't take a shower Saturday. I was so tired and trying to recuperate. But Friday and last night I took a shower. I was fine. I didn't have to worry about them squeezing my organs or anything, So, but this morning, after I ate breakfast, my hips were hurting. And I didn't get to really sleep that well last night until after 4:30 in the morning. I finally was able to fall asleep, and then I woke up at like 7 or 8:30 or something. And somebody was making some kind of noise at 4:30, and noise harassment like at 4:30 in the morning. So because it's Mardi Gras season, as I said, it'll be hard to have a job. And working a job and being homeless, I would have nowhere where I could put my belongings. People expect, like, when you go into a job interview, I mean, they wouldn't even hire you if you brought all your belongings with you because you're homeless. And I don't have a car that I can leave my stuff in. And for the rest of the month now, I don't have the fund. Now I no longer I don't have the money to get a storage unit. I mean, to get another storage unit again. So, I got me some new shoes and that, along with that uniform. And the shoes that I've been having since I think it was October 2022. I've been having my sneakers since October 2022. And I don't remember who it was, but I just remember it was one of my YouTube subscribers donated me the money and for new shoes. And I don't remember how much I spent. I think it was I'm pretty sure it was under $50, $50 or $60. And that person, I don't know if they turned against me or betrayed me or if they believed the slander about me. Because that person doesn't even comment on my videos anymore. And I didn't block that person. So I don't even remember who that was. So I've been having those same shoes for excuse me. My nose is itching. I've been having the same shoes for almost over a year. And those were the only shoes I had until until I was able to get my stuff out the storage unit in Pensacola. And as I said, I've been grieving the loss of, grieving the fact that belongings and valuables that I had pretty much almost all my life, stuff from childhood, I had to throw everything away, fleeing that apartment and fighting for my life because they were actively trying to kill me and trying to hurt me and making threats to kill me. And my hands were full, and I couldn't film the perp when she tried to bully, harass, and threaten me and threaten to kill me. And then when Miss Ross in Pensacola at that apartment complex, when she opened the door, that ghetto perp, that lady said, "'Cause not everybody gonna spare you." And then she walked off. But she was about, if Miss Ross opened the door just in time. If Miss Ross wouldn't have opened the door, I don't even know if the lady would have murdered me or if she would have seriously hurt me and put me in the hospital. Or if I would have got jumped. But people going around lying and saying that gang stalkers don't kill TIs. Or they'll try to make it like as if TIs only kill gang stalkers. Or some people in the so-called TI community make it like as if, they will make it like as if, if we're supposed to ignore these gang stalkers, why do the perps stage car accidents and seriously hurt targeted individuals and had the TI in the hospital? Or they might talk about their 8 car accidents in 3 months. I mean, does that sound far-fetched? If the TI is not a reckless driver, and if they have perps trying to run us off the road when we're driving, I've had it happen to me before I even realized I was targeted. Or boxing you in, and do all kinds of stuff to try to prevent you from just driving like normal. Excuse me. Or they'll try to set you up. Try to set you up to get a ticket or something. People who ain't good friends, people who ain't good family, trying to set you up with a car accident. So that's one thing, part of the gang stalking. Another thing is, the staged car accidents. And you can be a passenger, and, assassination attempts. There are people who profess to be targeted individuals who said a gang stalker shot them or shot at them and got let off. But if the target shoots the gang stalker in self-defense, oh, they got hell to pay. Or they would be looked at as like a bad person, But they keep poking and prodding and antagonizing and provoking us. And we're supposed to be afraid of them, fearful, obedient, and submissive. And we're not allowed to we're not allowed the right to resist or fight back or stand up for ourselves. And then the fact that if the perp sees that you're not scared, they'll think you're a maniac, or you're psychotic, or you're crazy because you're not afraid of them. They'll say you're the psychopath because you're not afraid of them, trying to intimidate you. Or try to make rules for you. If professed targeted individuals, if they say that their food has been poisoned, or they've been gassed in their home, or staged car accidents, house burned down, I don't see how we're supposed to ignore all this. So there was something else I was gonna say, but it slipped my mind. But I heard that it's a hidden population of homeless people that are TIs. And they had a lot of bad things happen to them. I'm sorry for scratching my nose and all that. My nose had been itching. That's them doing that to me. And speaking of that, last night, for about 5 minutes, the perps, I feel embarrassed and ashamed to say this, but I'm gonna document it anyway. That they were shocking and burning and pinching, like electronically pinching, shocking, and burning my genital area. Specifically what felt like my pee hole. I guess they call it the urethra, medical term. So, and they were trying to force orgasm me last night. So, I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place because I'm still kind of sleep deprived and almost felt the need to take a nap, but oh, excuse me, I'm gonna make myself stretch it till later on tonight. So for Mardi Gras, I mean, it will. I don't even know how possible it will be for me to get help with. They said it will be $500 for a week in a motel, or if I were to get help to stay here another week. I don't even know if it's guaranteed for the price to be that same price that I paid. But they said for Mardi Gras they're raising the prices, and then hotels and motels and everything being sold out. You know, if Mardi Gras Day is February 13th, it's next Tuesday. You know, but I'm trying as best as I could to have nothing to do with Mardi Gras except only eat the king cake. but but yeah. But other than that, I don't want anything to do with Mardi Gras. But I've been tempted to reach out to some gig opportunities, but I mean out of desperation. But I don't want to anger God. Um, you know, if I were to, I don't want to anger God by participating in like Mardi Gras cleanup or working Mardi Gras. Like one time I helped a man sell food for a night or two back in 2018. You know, that was like a little gig. But like towards the end, the money got mixed up some kind of way, and he narcissistically got mad at me, and he acted like a narcissistic abuser once he got mad at me. But I was sleep deprived. But if I wasn't sleep deprived, the mistake would not have happened, really. But I was sleep deprived, and you know, made a little mistake. And that was a one-time incident. But I mean, that was even rough, to walking all up and down St. Charles Avenue and having no place to go pee. That was torture. I don't even know if people who are not drunk, if during Mardi Gras, how often do they end up accidentally peeing on themselves? You know, but yeah, I'm scared for this coming weekend. Like, as I said, Saturday it rained and flooded. I don't remember about Friday, but Saturday it rained and flooded. And then Sunday it rained and had hail. And I think, well, it doesn't, it looks kind of like the sun is out now. But earlier it was cloudy and looked like it was supposed to rain, and it was cold. So the fake Darnell Williams perp doesn't want me to a regular job, but I don't live for him. I don't live for the Satan worshipers. They delusionally believe that they're my handler. But I mean, y'all are mentally deformed and trying to control other people's lives. When him and the fake Aquarian Doris perp, they unsuccessfully making attempts at you know, like the fake Aquarian Doris perp tried to tell me on, I think it was on fake Christmas holiday. And she said, "Oh, well, you can have free hotel room and free food for a year if you make the right decision and join the kingdom of darkness." But y'all telling me about bad behavior? And the fake Aquarium Doris perp is a regular perp, and at every opportunity, she'll falsely accuse me of being a greedy scammer and a fake TI when she doesn't even know me. And she parrots my twin sister's lies, but as I said, I don't think I ever really saw her commenting on my twin sister's videos. You know. But I'm wondering who the hell has time to watch both of us? You know. They're making my eye itch. So, but today for breakfast, I just had granola bars and 2 boiled eggs. But I didn't have any fruit or anything. And for lunch, I had I bought some chicken and some brisket burnt ends or whatever. I just wanted to try this burnt ends. They were already packaged and all you need to do is microwave them. I try to switch up my meat or whatever, but the chicken, I had chicken in the last of the pita bread for lunch. And then I had some chips and cookies from the snack machine from when I went yesterday. But last night, I had some pulled pork, barbecue pulled pork with some kind of Thai lime. It was like a Thai lime and herb flavored rice. That in the barbecue pulled pork. I mean, I was amazed at how it tasted, and I was afraid it was gonna be nasty, but I was like, wow, it tasted extremely good. So for dinner tonight, I don't know if I'll have I think I might save the rice and the pulled pork for tomorrow, and I think today I will try the brisket burnt ends and some mashed potatoes for dinner, and then I will try to have some salad and salad with no dressing, and if I have enough room in my stomach, a cucumber or two. But yesterday, the past couple of days, I had the pita sandwich with chicken, pre-made chicken salad on pita bread, and some on some of that salad, and I've been for the past few days, eating granola bars, boiled eggs, and I don't have any more cantaloupe. I had some pre-cut cantaloupe. But, as I said, like, for the gang stalking satanic criminals to try to act like vigilante bullies and trying to police everything and trying to micromanage and control and criminalize everything I do or say, and want to keep tabs and make sure I'm not begging or asking for any help Who gave you the authority to do this to me? If you don't like me, why don't you just avoid and stay away from me? But if you've been stalking and bullying and trying to control somebody for 4 years, or 4.5 years, and then you claim that you can't stand anything I do, but y'all the ones walking around being deceivers. Who's the scam and fraud here when y'all are delusional deceivers? So, I'm feeling kind of nervous for tomorrow, and I'm going to have to get up early and take like either 2 buses and a long walk, or take 3 buses tomorrow for a one-way trip to get to the job interview. And then, if I don't get hired or if something goes wrong, then, I would guess I would have to try to take the clothes back, take the uniform back, and try to get my money back or something. But if not, well, if I do get to work, then I guess that's good news. But I'll see. I don't know. But I would hate to have to say if tomorrow I gotta go to the job site in my uniform, and then wait for I don't know how long to start working. But that job where I was supposed to go out of state, if they lied and said they're hiring immediately, it's taken like nearly 2 months. I was told, it's nearly 2 months since I applied, but then they were saying, oh, we're hiring immediately. So it was December, like mid-December, I applied for the job. Then, I think it was a month later, they called me. And it's been like 3 or 4 weeks. And I got hired for that job. And it's, 3 or 4 weeks, I'm still waiting. But now, I'm, looking for something different now. But yeah, I'm very upset that I have a bachelor's degree and wrongfully banned from the university, because if it weren't for the gang stalking setups, that wouldn't have had to happen. And I'm feeling like, why am I carrying around my college diploma and my alumni number? And I can't even go on to university or utilize the services or nothing. But you gang stalkers forced me to end up homeless. Want me out in the open and don't care if I'm out in the cold, rain, hail, sleet, snow, tornado, or hurricane. I've had to suffer through, hurricane and tornadoes or whatever. Yeah, they don't even care if I'm out in freezing weather and will freeze to death. But the ones who sadistically coercing me to live out in those weather conditions with no help, and the ones who trying to tell me I should join the kingdom of darkness and join evil, for me to live normal or try to fight to survive, y'all call that scam and fraud. Y'all the ones who have everything backwards. And that fake TI sanctuary guy is going around pretending that he's still targeted. But then I had a new Twitter follower, and I saw that yesterday or the day before. The new Twitter follower called him a piece of shit. I guess he was trying to discredit the new guy, you know. And the new guy got frustrated and called him a piece of shit. But that TI sanctuary guy, he talking like he has inside and expert knowledge on the TI program. You know, he knows way more than I knew. I mean, way more than I do. You know, but how can you talk about somebody's eyes looking demonic when you never show your face? Or eyes look demon possessed, but you never show your face? What do you have to hide if you're a real TI? And you did a video and nobody's harassing you or sabotaging you. So then they got so many fake TIs that play both sides and even pretend to be religious, pretend to be Christian, and falsely call themselves chosen, and it's mind-boggling. You know. So yeah, they got some professed targeted individuals who act like as if gang stalkers will not put their hands on you, but they'll only kill you slowly with directed energy weapons. Well, they've had TIs that have gotten hit by cars and injured by gang stalkers. They've had targets that got shot at or shot by gang stalkers, stabbed to death by gang stalkers, set up and drugged to death or poisoned. You know, like people say that Shanquella Robinson and Kanika Jenkins and quite a few others were targeted individuals and didn't know it. You know, and Shanquella's parents had those Masonic colors. And I saw Kanika Jenkins throwing up devil horns hand signs. So they probably were targeted and then, you know, accepted the deal. And I heard that sometimes this is how they get you to sell out too. Because the rapper from New Orleans, Magnolia Shorty, I think that was her name. Her and the Atlanta rapper Donna, the day they accepted their record deal, they got murdered that day. Or they must have reneged on it right after taking the deal and probably switched their mind right after. And then got murdered. Who knows? But so if the fake aquarium Doris perp saying free food and free hotel rooms for a year if you make the right decision and join the kingdom of darkness. Okay, so you offering for me to be a perp and sell out for a year, and then after a year I will die? Because Alex acting like as if he wanted me to be a lady of nights, and that he will offer me 2 acres of a home in uptown New Orleans and 2 acres of land. And for me to be, he wanted me to be like a perp and a prostitute for 6 months. And then he tried to say, oh, if you just, sell out and perp and be a lady of nights for 6 months and sexually service Adam Sandler and Howard Stern, then we'll get you off the gang stalking list. And I'm like, hell no. They have made multiple propositions to try to get me to turn, and like, no. But yet y'all are falsely accusing me of doing any and everything strange for a piece of change, or being desperate for money, or being greedy. Y'all falsely assume that I'm the money hungry scammer when y'all are upset and mad that you can't succeed at getting me to flip and become corrupt. I'm trying as best as I can to stay on the path of righteousness, even though I'm not perfect, and I never claim to be. But some people say that me not being able to look into the camera, some people say that those are part of a symptom of me being on an autism spectrum, but I thought it was just anxiety, or me being nervous. But yeah, they won't let me work a regular job, and they won't let me survive. And it's bad enough that they're trying to make it to where I have to be forced to starve. That's how they're trying to get it to a point where I would be forced to starve. And they were, threatening to make the year 2024 worse for me. Like, they're making threats to ruin my year 2024. And, they really would use death as a way to call themselves trying to punish you. So, and then the online perps, they go and lie to targeted individuals and lie and say that Candy is a liar, or they say Candy is fake and a liar. But they're actually using projection. My twin sister can look into the camera and still tell a lie. She could look into the camera and still tell a lie. As I said about the St. Germain apartments, I never set foot on that property, especially during my senior year in high school. And if it did happen, how come the foster mom never confronted me about such thing? Who was I supposed to be at St. Germain Apartments with? The perps keep throwing that in my face. So, but I don't have to worry. I no longer have to worry about why I'm banned from the family or why the family hate me. The family hate me because my twin sister told them too many lies. But then again, Wyatt and Ramona and Mark have made their own lies, false rumors, and smear campaigns about me as well, manipulating and turning friends of the family and outsiders against me, because if they'll try to get Miss Jackie and Miss Joyce, and well, Miss Vanessa is deceased now, but Miss Paulette and Vanessa and their kids, and trying to they try to manipulate them. My twin sister Ramona and them try to turn Yvonne's husband's relatives against me. If Kenneth Larche and his sister Frances, who they call her Frances, Lil Frances Larche, she got married. I don't know what the married last name is, but if Rebecca and all them poisoned their heads about me, and had Kenneth and his sister Lil Frances, treating me a certain way at family functions. It's like I've seen them a few times, but I don't even really know them that well. They're supposed to be cousins of cousins. And if Ramona, I'm pretty sure she brainwashed me to the half-sister Yolanda, and had Yolanda and other family members off of Arthur's side of the family to turn against and betray me or think a certain way. And it's like, as I said, we got all this family that I can't even have access to. Other family that I can't even have, on both sides, mom and dad's side of the family, that I can't even have access to. So we have a cousin named Tiffany. Our Aunt Carolyn has a daughter named Tiffany. I just saw a picture of Tiffany. And Tiffany looks a lot like the biological niece, Monica. So even our Aunt Carolyn looked like the foster mom, Adrian Felder. But she looked like the Adrian Felder and her sister, Dana. That's Arthur's sister. And we kept saying that Arthur and his mom, which is our grandma, look so much like the foster grandma Mildred Collins. But the foster grandma Mildred Collins is she was like 10 years older than the biological dad Arthur. Almost 10 and a half years older than him. But she died at 76 and he died at 82. They said that Arthur and the biological Aunt Yvonne's husband, Daryl Garnett, that Arthur and Daryl both died of prostate cancer. And the biological mom, Frances, I guess they were saying that she died of pneumonia or something. I'm still, like, the family members get an attitude with me when I try to get a clear understanding. Like, the woman who gave birth to me, how is it none of my business how she died? But that's how the family members, that's how they act. Like, it's none of my business how the biological mom, Frances, passed away. None of us were perfect towards us, and she wasn't perfect towards, none of us were perfect towards her, and she wasn't perfect towards us either. The family was just totally dysfunctional. And then back then, Mark, Wyatt, and Ramona couldn't get along. But now they pretend to be fake close and rub it in our face. But my twin sister could get along with me if she chose to. But she just chooses to have a hunger for or greed for power and control over me. And delusionally believes she has fake authority over me. The entire family think they got authority over me. And then me being wrongfully banned from the entire family for the rest of my life. It's unfair for family members that are younger than me and generations lower than me. I'm in a higher generation from Ramona's kids. And who are they that think they got the authority to dictate that you're banned from the family? When I'm pretty sure they have done fucked up shit in the family that were forgiven. But for me to be the family whistleblower, they hated me. I was even ostracized from the family even far back as 2007. The family never really did like or appreciate or accept me, pretty much. And I was young, 18, 19, and, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, being brainwashed from what the foster mom taught us. And then, I guess after I woke up to the truth, I guess everything was to be looked at as, oh, it's too late to try to mend everything. The family could, come together and work out our differences. And, but even if, Monica or Rebecca or anybody else in the family would decide to make a truce with me, they would still have outsiders or friends of the family or extended family that would treat me a certain way. But they could talk bad about you and mock and laugh and make fun of you all day. But the moment you say that they did you something dirty or did you something wrong, they'll be like, oh, after all that shit you talked about me, oh, and you got nerve to be coming up in my face? Yeah, the foster family and the biological family, that's how they talk. I mean, well, if you would have never did the abusive deed to me, I would not have had to say anything about you. But if you get an attitude and treat me mean and be abusive for no reason, and when I tell somebody that you did that to me, now all of a sudden, oh, after what you have said about me? Because I told your friend that you were being abusive towards me? Or if I told your friend Erica that you were being abusive and mean? And it's like, I don't know how Monica was supposedly friends with Erica if Erica was supposed to be a Christian and was listening to all that Bible music, and Monica's, supposed to be in like a hood fake gangster, but a supposedly fake feminine version of a hood gangster. But I mean, I spent years questioning why I was, ostracized by the family. But now I no longer have to wonder, because my twin sister put so many lies in their heads. In 2018, Yvonne kept yelling and saying that I have no family. And before then, I had never done her anything. And all I did was say I never got into an argument with you or disrespected you. And then she showed me the door and threw me out. And then, she made jail threats and threats to get me locked up in a mental institution. Now, what other family members told her to treat me like that? So, I mean, what family members told Monica to lecture me about my behavior? And then they all want to coerce mental health services on me, but yet they hate me and don't care about me. People who want to police my life and trying to control me. But, you want to dictate that I should be forced to seek mental health services. Or that I should be forced And I should be restricted from doing this that make me happy, or be restricted from living at this place, or restricted from making this adult decision in my life. But then I'm forced homeless and nobody has to help me. As I said, I could have been getting paychecks. I probably could have been getting my probably just got my second paycheck. Yeah, I probably could have just got my second paycheck from the airport job. And now, forced to have private TikTok accounts. Now people aren't even looking at my videos. But I mean, Friday when I rode in the Uber, and the Uber driver, he put me on the phone, on speakerphone with his wife, and I told him, pretty much told the wife, when I told both of them pretty much a brief summary of the family abuse and everything, and my twin sister and everything. And I finally got some validation that she said what my twin sister been doing to me is wrong. Because my twin sister has so many flying monkey cult followers and enablers that condone, and even people that's supposed to be TIs, they sit there and just watch me be abused. I mean, even nobody even jumped down the fake Darnell Williams perp really. Jumped down his throat and rebuked him. Or say, but then the fake Darnell Williams perp and the fake Aquarium Doris perp, they're sitting there pretending to fake rebuke or chastise or attack, anybody that's supportive of me or being nice. So it's a nightmare that even if you're not targeted though, are there any open-minded, sincere Christians? And when I say open-minded enough that they would not call you crazy if you were to tell them about the targeting. But, as I said, the way they're treating me with trying to beat me into submission, it's like the kids' game Mercy that we used to play on the playgrounds growing up. That if you bent somebody's fingers back until they cry mercy. Or like playing arm wrestle. Like arm wrestle, like playing like arm wrestle or tug of war or something. That's what this gang stalking war is like, playing arm wrestle or tug of war. And they always brag about how that they always the fake Darnell Williams perp said that that he will always win. No, you don't win by cheating. You cheat. You don't win. You cheat. You never win. You always cheat. You cheat. That's what people with narcissistic personalities, they lie and say that they win, but they cheat. And then they swear that I will. I mean, they try to act like as if they promised me that I will not succeed this year. So if anytime over the weekend or next week, if it rains, I have no shelter overhead, or I don't know of any place where I can go with any shelter overhead. And if and I would end up risking to go to jail by trying to go under a place of business and try to stay out of the rain. And imagine dealing with being like, if it's nighttime and 44 degrees and raining, and you're homeless with no protection at all, and shivering cold and just wet for 12 hours, and peeing on yourself because you don't have any place to go pee. They won't even allow me to work a real job. And then they have somebody on TikTok that's supposed to be a Christian. She sent me a video talking about this monitoring spirits thing. And it's like, I don't know if she was trying to give me a hint that she thinks I tell all my business. And I'm like, wait a minute now. Like, I wasn't even mentioning gang stalking or doing videos. And 2018 being workplace mobbed at jobs. That zoo job, I was definitely workplace mobbed. Or you don't have to show or tell any of your business. And the gang stalkers, are there at your job before you get there, even if you try to remain quiet. Or if you don't tell anybody, oh, well, I'm about to go to this job interview, you don't have to say anything. And they're already at your job interview before you get there. Or there's a chance that the person interviewing you is an abusive, narcissistic gang stalker. So I don't know why people think that, because of these monitoring spirits, you should keep your mouth shut and never tell any of your business. Nah, the gang stalkers, they already know before you even know. Before you even say anything. I've tried being quiet. I've tried switching up my routine. And Alex Dupree will still supernaturally kind of make it there before I'm there. Like one time I made this very last minute detour to go to Winn-Dixie when I was supposed to go somewhere else. And it's like, what the fuck? Alex never goes to Winn-Dixie. And how did he make it there before me if I got off the bus at the last minute and thought up at the last minute? And it's like, how was he always there? But I don't know. Some people say that your handlers is the ones that try to get you to sell out. Or no, if someone sold out, after you sell out, then they're your handler. But I don't even like having sex. And I hate the shame, guilt, and filth and dirtiness after dealing with all those rapes and everything. I hate I hate the feeling of I don't even like people to get close to me or touch me or anything, And because of the thing that started in 2020, and the aftermath, I definitely have to be extra careful to remain abstinent, until or unless I can find a man to marry, It's like I gotta fight harder now to protect myself. And it's harder to do that when you're out in the open and homeless. And people don't give a damn. Like, people care about, like, when you hear about these hard freeze, like the hard freeze with the cold weather, They make animals the first priority rather than homeless people. They care more about getting animals to warmth and safety before homeless people. But, I mean, people will end up doing, like, committing a crime towards another adult and nothing happens. But if somebody does something to an animal, it's like they get in worse trouble than if you did something to a baby. You know, but people don't even care about getting homeless people out of the cold, out of the hard freeze, Arctic blast. And shelters will even turn you down or lie and say that there's no room or treat you with extra abuse. Or wait till the coldest day to throw you out cold on the streets and give zero fucks if you freeze to death. And then, you have no family to care about you. Family members who hate you so much that they wouldn't even care to hold a funeral for you. Or they wouldn't even care to, or they will pretend that once you're dead, they pretend like they always loved you. And that you were, like they'll pretend that you're the favorite of the family because you're dead now. So, I mean, when Blake was alive, I don't know what argument him and Ramona got into, but I was living in Los Angeles and she got mad at him for something and she made it like as if he was banned from coming to her house. Oh, but she tried to turn him into a saint after he passed away. I mean, after he got murdered. After feeling for his pockets when he died, and she herself bragged about, feeling through his pockets to try to see if he had money, and bragged about that he had so much money in his pocket. And then, like right after he was dead, bragged about that he had a pocket full of money, and saying that the person robbed him and shot and killed him but did not take any money. But Ramona being, the money hungry thief and taking other people's money to go gamble it up, and the family don't hate her. She's one of the popular fake favorites in the family. And she got one of the filthiest houses of the family members. But everybody runs to Ramona's house for family functions, or Drunk Lady Yvonne's house. Nobody calls Yvonne negative. The way her filthy attitude and the way she treats people, everybody always run to Yvonne's house. When the biological mom, Frances, was alive, there weren't really any family functions at her house. Like with the foster family, the go-to house, sometimes it was the fake foster mom, Ann, and on rare occasions it would be Dana, but most of the time it would be Mickey's house, would be the go-to house of almost all the holiday functions. Or on rare occasions, we may have gone to the foster sister Shelley's house for fake Christmas, or the foster cousin Shelby's house for Thanksgiving, or something like that. But most of the time, almost all those holidays will be at Mickey's house, or the fake foster mom Ann's house. But mainly Mickey's house. And with the fake IDMR cult, the fake foster mom Adrian Felder, she would have like heated arguments over religion. You know, her being one person in that cult and everybody else supposed to be Christian. And it would be scary altercations and arguments. We would be little kids, and there would be like scary altercations and arguments over the Bible. And I'd be afraid that somebody gonna get into a fight or get hurt or something. That used to traumatize me when I was little. And everybody ganging up on a foster mom, or you know, her having an altercation with all these people during the holidays, you know. Like, it could be the 4th of July holiday, and then the foster mom will argue with everybody at Mickey's house over the Bible. And then the foster mom, you know, she would drive home from Mickey's house and then take her anger out on us. Oh, we deserve to be punished because you got into an argument with, you know, your family members over the Bible. You know, when all y'all in some freaking cults. Mickey was in a cult too, that fake Seventh-day Adventist cult. The foster mom, the fake IDMR cult. Dana was a part of the Catholic Church, and I heard Catholic Church is a cult too. You know. So anyway, though, you know, people, I'm feeling like certain bitter feelings about New Orleans, but I'm feeling like a love-hate relationship with the city of New Orleans because of the gang stalking and the forced homelessness. You know, as I said, to be forced to hate, you know, what I grew up on. Or what I felt like I loved. And, you know, my New Orleans heritage being stripped from me. You know, and, you know, to be devastated to have that final confirmation that I'm permanently banned from the family for the rest of my life, forever. When I just wish that they would wake up to the truth and get to know the real Candy Grand Prix. And even if the biological brother Pete would apologize and say, I'm sorry that I treated you a certain way based on the false rumors that I heard. Because I was trying to reach out to the biological mom, Frances, since 2011 and try to tell her those exact words. You know, the foster mom, Adrian Felder, used to make false rumors, lying and saying, smear campaigns, lying and saying that the biological mom, Frances, the biological sister, Belinda, and the biological sister, Ramona, that they were all overweight prostitutes. And the foster mom drilled that into our heads, and she would say that, oh, you're going to grow up to be a prostitute just like your ma. You know, the biological mom, Frances, and the biological sister, I don't think they were prostitutes. But I overheard about that affair with the biological sister, Ramona, doing a threesome with John from the Kraft family and the foster dad, Al. You know, or Ramona being that mystery woman. So, you know, the foster mom used to tell me I'm going to grow up to be a drug addicted, schizophrenic, crazy prostitute. Now I'm going to be a homeless, drug addicted, schizophrenic, crazy prostitute. If you wouldn't tell your own birth kids that, why are you treating a foster child like that? You know. And as I said, that lady in Los Angeles that said that she said that her sister was taken away in foster care, and she said she didn't care if her sister was blind, deaf, or retarded. She said she would, you know, love to meet her sister. And the fact that I have to be forced to do everything alone and, you know, having no right to have a family, you know. But it's like I could never trust my family because they always got some kind of setups or some kind of traps or something dirty that they haven't planned to ruin my life. I can never trust my family. You know, and Yvonne has always just been mean, very, mean spirited, for unprovoked for no reason at all. And you know, I don't even know if she's brain damaged from being an alcoholic for so long. You know, but people have been calling her retarded or mental or something like that to other family members. Like Ramona tried to say that Yvonne is illiterate and can't read, and that Yvonne just has like a 6th grade education and never worked. You know. So, but every other family though, if they got mad at another family member, after some time, they will always be forgiven. But not when it comes to Candy Grand Prix. Like somebody like Ramona will stay mad at me for 10 years over the most minute little thing. Unless if she found out that I was coming into some money or something, she would pretend to be fake friendly just to end up setting me up for something bad to happen to me, or she would use that to manipulate and swindle me out of money, and in a way that is devastating. Family abuse was, one of the main reasons for all those suicide attempts and more mental health problems. And I really believe that even though the biological mom, Frances, acted like a perp sometimes, I really believe that the biological mom, Frances, was targeted. I really believe she was targeted. And I heard, and about I think I heard rumors that Mickey and Dana used to gang stalk the foster aunts. Mickey and Dana used to gang stalk the biological mom, Frances. I heard rumors. Well, they like Mark and them didn't use the word gang stalk, but I heard that they will stalk and spy on the biological mom, Frances. See, other family members know certain information more than I do. And the idea that Mickey supposedly murdered a foster child, and then they continue to let her be a foster parent. That she, from now on, just got boys. And, the scapegoats in the foster family, they know too much. They know the truth. And, the way Mickey and Adrian Felder sitting there covertly murdering people. Or having people covertly murdered. If the foster dad, Al, was probably a targeted individual and set up to be sacrificed. So, what time is it? 6:00 p.m. precisely. So, I'm kind of not even really that hungry for dinner. But, yeah, I don't know if I might wait a little while or just go eat now. But I'm really scared about Friday, about having to go back out on the streets. I mean, and having nowhere to go, and at the worst time, Mardi Gras. And then to end up being broke for the rest of the month. Well, if I get hired tomorrow and actually start working, the sooner I can start working, then maybe at the end of the month I probably could get a work paycheck. Who knows? I don't even know. But, as I said, I felt homesick with, my hometown, New Orleans, for so long. Even though in 2019, I felt like as if I was kicked out of my hometown. And that's why I went to Pensacola and went to all these other places. But, I've been feeling homesick for so long and missing and loving it, but now I still want to be here, but I hate what people are putting me through. Gang stalking and harassing me out of places for no reason. Like, you harassing me out of the library and picking on me for no reason. Or you harass me out and gang stalk me out of the Riverwalk for no reason. Or ban me from the college I graduated from for no reason. Or, but I'm starting to say fuck it. And not giving a fuck, and just start to tell more people in person about the gang stalking. But that lady at the Riverwalk, I tried to show her. She read just like what looked like the first 2 or 3 sentences about targeting, and then hurry up and gave me back my phone. Like, she wasn't interested in reading. I'm like, well, if you're wondering why I'm going through this weird circumstance, that's the lady that bought me the beignets the other day, well, last week, And I'm like, wow, they gave me 4 beignets instead of 3, But from what I know, I don't think I'm banned from the Riverwalk, but they kept on, I guess harassing me until I get frustrated and leave and don't want to come back. When they had no problem with me from October. And they even tell me, well, you're a good person, you stay quiet, you stay to yourself, you don't bother nobody. But I call out gang stalkers who be covertly bothering me. Just harassing and fucking with me for no damn reason at all. And what would I have done? Saturday, the perps would have laughed if I would have gone to jail if it's raining and I had nowhere to go, and get rained on, or if I end up, trying to go to inside of a building somewhere for my survival. And then you don't even have to be inside of the building. If you just stand on the property, oh, you're trespassing and you could go to jail. And people don't give a fuck. And then they say, well, grown adults should not have to take care of a grown woman. But at the same time, y'all are blocking me from working and having my own independent job opportunity. Like, multiple times I try to ask for a fundraiser or try to do a video and ask for help to raise funds for a vehicle. And the fake Darnell Williams perp, he lied to everybody and sabotaged me and shut that down real quick. I mean, the gang stalking cults, they won't let you work a real normal job in society unless you're a part of them. Then, then they will allow you. But they're trying to play God, and they don't have this right or authority to do this at all. So my anxiety is really high, I'm feeling sad because I'm here in New Orleans and still feeling homesick because of, you know, I don't want to have to be forced to flee the city again or be forced to have to leave the city again. And I don't know where else to go next time. And I had just gotten here and everybody said, well, you should go relocate to somewhere else. Relocating to another place will not get me out my homeless situation. I mean, all I would just end up being homeless at that other place, the other city and state. But when I'm at my lowest and suffering like this is when they want to, that's when the sex trafficking predators, the opportunistic sex trafficking predators, they wait till I'm at my lowest. And that's when they want to offer me these fake satanic deals. That, I would give you a place to live and I have an extra spare car, extra spare, I have an extra spare, you know, you know, I have an extra spare, Kia Forte that's 2022 or 2023 and it's kind of new and it's a spare car when I just got my new Jaguar F-Pace. And you can use the Kia Forte and I have a 4-bedroom house by myself and I'm hardly ever home and you can have that, you can use this, but I'm going to expect for you to suck my dick every day and massage my booty hole every day. I mean, stuff like that is the type of things that they try to offer. And they say, and you must do what I say. And I'm like, no. I don't want to be forced to have to live that lifestyle. And they won't even allow me to just live normal. And then they would narcissistically demand that they expect this from you and they expect that from you. And I'm going to expect for you to do this. I'm going to expect for you to do that. I expect for you to do this and this and that, whatever. That they're bragging about what they expect from me. And they're very demanding and sexually perverted and think that their authority is so high. And then if they want to offer me deals to sell out, and then like if they say, well, I got a warm, cozy bed you can sleep in, and and we can give each other massages and and make love every day, and then when I decline the sexual offers, then they'll say, so you want to look stupid and beg for the rest of your life? Or do you want to do you want to be stupid and let yourself get rained on? Or do you want to die out in a tornado? Or they'll falsely accuse you of, you just want money, or you just want to scam people. And I'm like, well, you're trying to scam me by trying to make it like as if I have to, if you make it like as if you offer me a place to stay and then make it like as if I have to be forced to do sexual favors and that I have to be expected to do this and that XYZ that I don't want to do. And they said, well, you're going to be on the streets of Pensacola begging for the rest of your life. Was that what you want? The sex traffickers that's try to beat me into submission, that want me to sell out, they are the ones that those are the sex traffickers that will that would try to talk to me like that. They're like, oh, so you're fine with wanting to sleep outside? No, I don't want to sleep outside. Or don't you get tired of begging for hotel rooms and food? I'm like, well, I have a simple solution. You can have all the food you want, but you're gonna have to suck each and every toe, or you're gonna have to suck my toes, or you're gonna have to you know, do XYZ sexual stuff to yourself and let me film and watch you. That's the kind of stuff that they try to put me up against that I don't want. And they're the main ones who make up false rumors, lying and saying I'm a prostitute or that I'm a pervert. You know, and I heard that MK Ultra, that's exactly what it is. MK Ultra, gang stalking, sex trafficking, it's all the same pretty much. And they say it's another form of modern day slavery. That's covert slavery. So I mean, I'm really scared of the idea of jail institutionalization or jail institutionalization or death this year. I mean, as I said in the video before last, that it would be a miracle if I could survive this entire year with having none of those things to happen to me. But they are counting on me to fail. They want me to fail, and they think that I won't win. And they feel like God is not powerful. And they say, well, if God was so powerful, then how come he don't feed you, or how come you're still homeless, or oh well, why are you banned from this place? Don't you think God will supernaturally reverse that decision? Like as if they trying to make it like as if people have power over God, but y'all have a fetish for banning people or abusing your power, then y'all gonna be banned from heaven. I might end up being banned from heaven, but I, have the desire, to try to get closer to God and deepen my spiritual faith in God and trying to read the Bible and pray more. But so many religious narcissists that discourage me, But I'm gonna go for now. But yeah, I feel like I don't want to have to leave my hometown, New Orleans. I don't want to leave here. I don't want to go live anywhere else. You know, and I'm feeling, as I said, I'm feeling devastated about my loss of all of my belongings. Even though when I die, I won't be able to take it with me. You know, but I was forced to have to throw away stuff that people could have put to good use, but I was so short on time and everything, um that I couldn't go back and get another storage unit. I had to just um I stayed in the hotel for a few days, and then I had to flee town. I had to flee and come to New Orleans. I had to flee Pensacola. And then me being homeless on the streets, I would end up getting into arguments and fights. Well, not physical fights, but arguments and altercations with people almost every day, and people trying to fight me or people trying to threaten me and stuff. You know, but, you know, when I'm away from downtown New Orleans, it's like I still have some issues, but I end up having more peace. You know. So thanks for listening to me for almost 2.5 hours. I rambled on a lot, and my anxiety is really high right now. But thanks for listening to me. I love y'all. I'll see y'all. I don't know. If nothing happens, then maybe tomorrow. But I'm going to go now.